Good morning, Cappuccino. Here is our warm-up for today, Friday, May 1st. You are going to solve these problems without me. Okay, you can use the balance method or you can use deconstruction. It's your choice. All right, so a little bit of review, just solving equations. So today, in our notes and in our math space assignment, we are going to be looking at lines and how do we describe a line? How do we describe a line? So I want to first look at these first three lines. So pause your video so you can copy down the notes. Okay, let's have a look at these. So notice these lines all look very similar. We have a straight line, a straight line, a straight line. Notice they all start even at the same point here. They have the same point at -2 and 0. They have a lot in common, but they're not exactly alike. How can we describe what they look like? So I noticed that the one in the middle seems to be going up really fast. If I were to take a paper clip. Where's my paper clip? Here it is. And that one's too big. Let's take a small one. Got this one. And let's say this is a skateboard. This was a skateboard or a person. Oh, look, it kind of looks like a person. And if I were to walk up this line, or walk up this line, which line is harder to walk up? This one would be harder to walk up. It's steeper. It goes up very fast. It's steep. That would be hard to climb. This line would be easier to climb. Okay, so if I'm walking and I'm trying to go up this hill, this slope, this one would be easy. This one would be hard. And this would be hard, but not as hard as that one. So there are differences between these lines, and we call that difference the slope. How fast the slope rises up. How hard is it to climb that slope? Okay, so this is called the slope. How fast it goes up. Now, we need to put numbers on it. And where do we get the numbers? We get the numbers from the graph paper. So we start at one point and we're going to go to the other point, but we're going to use the lines on our graph paper. This is why graph paper is so important for mathematicians. So we're going to go straight up and then straight over. See that? Straight up and straight over. The up, when I go up, we call that the rise. That's called the rise. And when we go over, we call that the run. Okay, so up and to the right. Call that the rise and the run. Okay, so we can do the same thing here. I've got my rise. To get from here to here, I need to go way up. Wow, it's twice as far up. And there's my run. Here's the rise. And this is called the run. Okay, rise is like when you stand up, and then run when you walk. Okay, so subir y corre. Rise, go up, and then run, corre, or caminar. Okay, what about this one? Oh, I don't have to go up very far at all. Very short. And then I run. So here's my rise. And here's my run. Okay, so now I can see very clearly how different these lines are. The slope here, the slope is here, and the slope is here. I can see the difference in the rise on each of these. Okay, that's how we can describe these. Now notice that as I go along the line from the left to the right, I'm going up. From the left to the right, I'm going up. From the left to the right, I'm going up. Okay, but not all lines do that. Here are some lines that don't go up. Like, look at this line. It goes down. As I go from left to the right, it's going down. So these that go up, we call them increasing. So these three lines are all increasing. So all three of these are increasing. These lines are increasing. All three of those are increasing as they go from the left to the right. This one is decreasing. So increasing means it goes up from left to right. Decreasing means it goes down. It's going down from left to right. We always go left to right. We always start on the more negative and work towards the more positive, left to right. That's decreasing. So here, I would have to go down first. We still call that the rise, even though it's going down. And to the right, which is the run. Rise and the run. Okay, what about this one? Is it increasing or is it decreasing? Which way is it going? Well, this one is a weird one. It is neither increasing nor decreasing because I could go either way. I could go this way or I could go that way. I could put a point here because I'm not moving left or right. So we could say, here's the rise, but there's no run. There's a rise, perhaps, but there's no run. So this one is this is a vertical line. Vertical. This is a vertical line. It's a special kind of line. And for this, we're going to say that the slope, there is no slope. Okay, because it doesn't have a rise and a run. In order to have a slope, you have to have a rise and a run. So this one, we're going to say slope is undefined. Slope is undefined because there's no run. Undefined. There is no slope. Okay? So this one would be, if you were trying to hike on this, okay, here's my little person. They're trying to hike on this. If they're trying to hike up or if they're trying to hike down, what would happen? They would just fall. No. Okay, that's how I remember it. No, they would just fall down, like falling off a cliff. Okay, we could like make a little person. They're falling. No. They're falling. Terrible. Okay, slope is undefined. There's no slope. No slope. Okay, what about this one? Well, this one, that's really easy to walk on. So that has a slope, but the slope is super easy. So on this one, this is a horizontal line. Horizontal. This is a horizontal line. Here, we say the slope is 0. So it has a run, but no rise. It has a run. From here to here, we'd call that the run, but it has no rise. So here, we just say the slope is 0. Slope is 0. It's really easy to walk on. Really easy. This one, no, you would just fall. But this one is really easy. Okay, so we think of a slope. You can think of it as a person going for a walk. How hard is it to walk up that slope? Hard, not so hard. Really easy. Slope of 0. No problem. No problem. The slope is 0. Easy peasy. This one, slope is undefined. You wouldn't go hiking on this slope. You wouldn't walk. No caminar en esta montaña. muy peligroso. Esta montaña es muy fácil. El slope es 0, es muy fácil, no difícil. Este es un poquito difícil, va muy alta en un poquito tiempo. Este es difícil, el slope está un grande número. Okay, so how do we put numbers to this? We put numbers to the rise and the run, and we make a fraction. So, get a different color, that's fun. So slope, we make a number for the slope by making a fraction, and we put the number for the rise on top and the run on the bottom. Okay, so rise, remember, is how far up or down it's going, and run is always to the right. Okay, so let's look at some examples. We're going to find the slope of some examples. Turn the page. Oops, I think I turned 2 pages. So I'm going to set up my first example, and my dogs are howling away. Oh, time to go crazy. So I'm going to put a point here at 2, 0, and at 0, 2. I should be using a ruler. My lines don't look as beautiful without a ruler. All right, so from this point to this point, I want to count my rise and my run. So my rise, how far up am I going? 1, 2. My rise is equal to 2. And then my run, 1, 2. Right here, this is my run, is equal to 1, 2. Count the spaces, okay? Not the lines. Count the spaces. 1, 2. Okay, ¿cuántos espacios hay? 1, 2. ¿Cuántos espacios aquí? 1, 2. So the slope is equal to rise over run. So rise is 2. The run was 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So this has a slope of 1. Avina, shh. Gotta get my dogs to be quiet. All right, next example. My goodness, why is my dog still barking? This never happens at school. Okay. Let's put on some points here. How about if I start at 2, 0 and 0, 1? And let's put on my line. Oops, why did I make that so long? Okay, so now, again, I'm going to start on the left, start with the left dot, moving to the right dot. So I need to go up and to the right. So my rise is equal to 1. I'm going up 1 space. And my run is 1, 2 spaces. My run is equal to 2. 1, 2. So my slope is equal to rise over run. So my rise is 1. My run was 2. 1/2. That's it. All I can do with that. Okay. Okay, next problem. Next example. Let's put on some points on this one. Let's go, the points don't have to be on this line. They can be anywhere. So let's say I have a point here, and I have a point here. What if I have that? Okay, they don't have to be on the axes. They could be anywhere. So here's my line. If I want to find the slope, I can start at one point. on the left and move to the right. Well, notice this time I have to go down. As I move from the left to the right, notice my slope is decreasing. It's going down. It's decreasing. This one is decreasing. This one was increasing. This one's increasing. It's going up as I go from left to right. How about this one? As I go from left to right, it's also increasing. And this one is decreasing. This one is decreasing as I go from left to right. Decreasing. Okay, so I'm going down. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do I say the rise is if it's going down? Well, if it's going down, I say it's negative. It's -1, -2, -3, -4 spaces. When it goes down, down is negative. So the rise is -4. And the run, I'm going to the right. Right is always positive. 1, 2. I'm just counting the spaces. So the run is 2. Okay? So my slope is equal to rise over run. So its rise was -4, and the run is 2. Negative divided by a positive is a negative. I can reduce this. See, I can reduce this. I can divide this one, and I get -2. Okay, so make sure you're reducing your fractions. If you get big numbers, go ahead and reduce them. So this is what you're going to be doing in Math Space today. So you're going to be identifying the slope, which is rise divided by run. Okay, so you're going to be asked to find rise. You're going to be asked to say what's the run, and then what is the slope. Okay, and you're also going to need these pictures over here. What's the slope of a horizontal line? The slope is 0. What's the slope of a vertical line? The slope is undefined. And if the slope is going down, we say it's decreasing. If the slope is going up, we say it's increasing. So these are the things that you need for today's Math Space. Okay, so rise over run. This is a vertical rise and horizontal run. Okay, so how it changes up and down, and how it changes side to side. Okay, so good luck with Math Space today. There might be a couple of tricky problems on there, but most of them are just like this, where you find some points and count the spaces in between those. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to say. So good luck. If you need help, send me an email or text Mr. Alvarez, and we will help you. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.